Hi, students and parents. Good afternoon to all. Welcome to Krantikin YouTube channel. I am maths faculty from the Krantikin Academy. Today, why we have came to this video is that we are going to approach the RMS 2024 exam, which is on the December 8th. Now, in view of this one, we have brought some updates regarding the RMS 2024 exam. We'll discuss about all these updates, and after that, we'll discuss about the maths topic in this video because many students failed in RMS exam only in the maths. They will succeed in other subjects, but they fail in the maths. That's why we have brought some tips which are used at the last minute so that we can overcome this RMS 2024 exam. Now you see, if you want to succeed in the RMS exam, now first of all, what you have to do is that you have to understand the pattern of the question paper and duration of the question paper. And you see, before this, you see, RMS 24 exam is on the you see, before going to discuss about the question paper, we will discuss about some updates regarding this RMS 2024 exam. We know that RMS exam is on the it is on the 8th of December 2024 for the RMS 2024 batch. And you see, for these exam, hall tickets will be downloaded. Hall tickets will be downloaded from 2nd of the December. 2nd December 2024. And you see, from the hall tickets, what the information you can know is that you can know the place of exam and you can know the time of exam. Means what? Place means it's the exam center where your student has allotted for the exam. And next is the time. Time is what is the starting time and what is the ending time. But the duration is it's always what is that? It is 2 hour. It is 2 hour 30 minutes only. Time that means the starting time. What time starts? It 11 or 11:30 or 2:30. All this information will be known from the hall ticket, which will be downloaded on 2nd of December. Please note this date, 2nd of December. And next one, exam will be surely on the 8th December 2024. That will be the RMS 2024 exam. And you see, while discussing about the RMS exam, it is very important to discuss about one topic. You see, again we will come to the front one. Why we have came with the last with the video at this time is that there are many students who make the mistakes at the last minutes. That's why to avoid all that, we have came with this video. And if you don't make this mistake, you can surely success in the RMS 2024 exam, and your future will be somewhat set. And you see, and you see, question paper is for the 2 hour 30 minutes. 2 hour 30 minutes. That means you'll have the how many minutes? You'll have the 150 minutes. And now you see how critically how easily as given. English 50 questions, 50 marks. General knowledge 50 questions, 50 marks. Intelligence also 50 questions and 50 marks. And you see, maths he has given 50 question and 50 marks. Now you see why he has given the maths in the last stage. And you see what the many students what they do is that, and 50, 50, 50, there are how many questions are there? 200 questions are there. And how many minutes are there? About 150 minutes are there. That means for every question, you will get less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute. And you see, they distribute the time equally to all the four subjects. My English, general knowledge, intelligence, and mathematics. They will slowly solve the English because they can easily solve it. It's a grammar. Next, general knowledge also they can freely solve the general knowledge. And next, you see, general intelligence also they can easily solve it because with the practice you can get the command over the general intelligence. And you see, he has kept a very good subject at last, that is mathematics. And he also given how many questions? 50 questions. If you distribute that equal time for all the four topics, then you will surely going to fail. You see that why? Because you can solve the English 50 questions in a time. In same time, you can solve only 20 questions from the mathematics. That's why he has kept the last. To avoid the competition, he has kept the mathematics last, and he has given the same number of questions. If you look at that, what happens? You can distribute time equally, like that you think, and you will be eliminated from the competition. And you see, in the maths also, what you do is that, that means you have already understood that we are going to discuss about the mathematics and what are the mistakes generally made by the students and what are the precautions you have to take to avoid that mistakes. And you see, why we call generally mathematics as somewhat critical is that, for the English also, if you won't practice, you won't get the English, you will get the fail in English also. Next, general knowledge also you have to practice. General intelligence also you have to practice. And mathematics also you have to practice. But only difference is this. In the mathematics, presence of mind should be essential along with the practice. If you already practice mathematics many times, but your presence is not there during the exam, you will get completely failed. Because, for example, you see in the general knowledge, who is the Prime Minister of India is questions asked like this. You already know that is the Narendra Modi will keep. But you see, in the mathematics, he won't give the any question similarly same like the before. He will change either number or he will change either name. Therefore, there are high chance of confusion. Therefore, you see, in order to avoid this all the confusions, you have to what you have to do is that you have to check the previous questions. You have to check the previous questions and not only previous questions. In the previous questions, there will be some hard questions will be there. You see, for example, 16 divided by 4 by 4. If you revise the questions like this at the last minute, there is no use. What you have to do is that you have to concentrate on the topics which will waste your time, not only time, but which also confuse you. You see, shall we check? Is there any question like this in this paper? You see, this question number 155, see, he has given that generally in the averages, what they give is that find the average of 5, 10, 15, 16. That means there will be some numbers and you will ask you to find the average. But you see, here what happened is that in order to confuse you, what is given? The average of 4 numbers is 16 is given. Average of 4 numbers is 16 and the question is not completed again. Average of another 4 numbers is 20. That means he has combined the two questions. Next you see, find the average of 8 numbers taken together. That means you have to solve the two problems and you have to combine the two problems. Now you see, to solve any topic like this, you should have complete awareness about the topic. Now you see what average. Average means what? Average is equal to what? Sum sum of quantities, whatever it may be, by number of quantities, right? Now you see, the average of 4 numbers is 16. Average is 4 and average is what is here? Average is 4. And how many numbers are there? 4 numbers are there. And what is their average? Average is a 16. Now you see, to find the average of all the 8 numbers, you have to know the sum. To find the sum, what you have to do? You see, to get the sum, first multiply the number of members with the average. What is that? 16 4. The how much you get? 64. You see, in the maths, you should not go on doing like you write your for your maths classwork. No, should not write like that. Should directly enter into the process. 16 4, the 64. And another we have average of another four numbers is what? 80. 4 into 20 how much? 80. By how many numbers are there? This is very important. First he has given 4, next 4. Now 4 or 4 is not needed because they are two separate and you have to find the average of the combined. Now if you combine both, how much you will get? You will get 8. 64 plus 80 you will get 144 by 8. You see? You cancel it. How much you will get? 8 ones, 8 18s. Average is equal to how much? Average is equal to 18. Average is equal to 18. What is the answer you got? Average is equal to 18. And you see, what many students what they do is that after doing this R, they will divide with the 4 because here also 4 given, here also 4 given. Therefore, you will divide with the 4. But you should not divide with the 4. Instead, you have to divide with the 8 because you are asking the average of all 8 numbers taken together. And you see, next one, another important mistake. What many parents and students what they do is that they will join the students in some coaching center and they will try come to pick up the before exam date. And what they do is that in view of the gap between the parents and the children, they will take to some hotel and they will serve a very wonderful good food to the children with the chicken biryani, mutton biryani, whatever they serve with the all junk foods. What do they do? They will all feed the junk food and whatever the student asks, the parents will feed him. And you see, this is the first wonderful step to lose your seat. This is the first wonderful step to lose your seat because food is everything. Whatever you eat, you will become. Just you have a proverb in English, no? You eat what you are. That means whatever you may be, starting point will be the food only. If you eat a junk food, next day you will suffer from some stomach pain, ulcers, whatever it may be, and it will spoil your whole 1 year preparation. That's why take care not to feed the children with the junk food. Instead, feed them with the natural food like fruits or something. And next one you see, there is a misconception that maths is only the numbers. That means you have to do the addition, subtraction, LCM and HCF. Not only that one. You see this question. What is asking is that the smallest composite number is asking. Now you see if you practice the numbers maths how many times will you get the concept this one? That means you have to know which is the smallest composite number. Now you see he is asking the question very it is not a simple question, it is a critical question, you see. Numbers are start 0, 1, 2, 3. No student will get idea that answer will be like this. You see, 1 is neither prime nor composite, 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. And what the smallest composite number? Smallest composite number is 4. And you see, generally the students will select the option as a 1. Option as a 1. You see, and but option 1 is wrong. 1 is wrong because 1 is neither prime, it is neither prime nor a composite. 1 is neither a prime nor composite. And next you see, at the last minute, what you should do is that you should not go on to all the easy topics because all easy topics all you know and you have already practiced so many times. Now what you have to do is that you have to select the topics which are very hard to you and you have to repeat as many times as possible. You have to repeat the hard topics as many times as possible and very importantly you must go through your previous questions of this RMS exam. It is the only formula for the success. Next you see, this question now is asked that one. Can you say the concept of this one? Here, Amit exercises 12 days and Ishan every 8 days. Ajay and Ishan both exercise today. How many days it will be until they exercise together again? You see, what we're trying to do is that this question can be asked like this. You see, find the LCM of 8 and 12. He may ask the question like this also. Find the LCM of 8 and 12. Both answers are, what is that? Both answers you will get same only. He is asking LCM only. In order to confuse you, he has converted question like this. You see, Amit exercises 12 days and Ishan every 8 days. And you see, Ajay and Ishan both exercise today. And after how many days they will both exercise means you have to find the LCM of 12 and 8 only. From then we'll get the answer. What the LCM of 12 and 8 can easily get. It's a 20 because 12 to the 24, 8 3 the 24. Instead of asking this LCM, in order to confuse you and in order to waste your time, what he has given? He has given oh this problem. This is all the mask only. He has given a lion mask to a goat. That means very simple question, but he has converted like this in order to scare you. That one. Next one, you see the difference between the greatest two-digit number and the least two-digit number. He asked no. It's a very simple question. The difference between the greatest and the greatest two-digit number is 93 and the least two-digit number is what? It is a 10. And the difference is what you get the 89. And you see, to track the maths very well, what you have to do is that how many questions are there? How many questions are there? There are 50 questions are there, no? There are 50 questions. Now we see, to solve the maths perfectly, for every question, you allot at least 1.2 minutes. You allot at least 1.2 minutes. That means out of hours. If you are very intelligent, also you have to allot at least 1 hour. This is a very important. You have to allot at least 1 hour to solve the mathematics. And how many questions are there? Because he has given how many questions? 50 questions. Now you see, very very important. You see, where the students mistakes do, where the students do the mistake is the questions like this only. Many mathematical calculations will get the correct answer when we do the cross multiplication. When you do the cross multiplication, we'll get the correct answer. But if you see, if a 10 men can do a piece of work in how many days? They can do a work in 4 days. Okay. How many men will be required to complete the same work in 5 days is asking. What the many students what they do is that cross multiplication, no? 10 into 550, 50 by 4. 50 by 4 means you get some decimal point. You search for the all this answer. Where the answer is, you won't get the answer and you waste the time. You see, for this, the topic is very important and the subject knowledge is important because it is asked from which topic? Time and work. That means you see, what the formula? M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. It is like this, huh? M1 D1 is equal to M2 D2. We have to know this formula to solve the problems like this. Instead of knowing this, if you multiply if you do the cross multiplication, 10 into 50 by 4 means you get the wrong answer. Now you see, 10 men is M1, 4 days means D1 is 4. How many men will require to complete the same work in 5 days? But what is asking? He is asking the M2, no? What is asking? He is asking the M2. Now you see, M2 is equal to M1 D1 by D2. What's the M1 D1? Now multiply 10 into 4, 40. 40 by 5 is equal to 8. Is equal to 8. Option A, you will get the correct answer. Why we are discussing this topic now is that the reason is many students they will do the cross multiplications 10 into 5 they will do and again they will divide with the 4, which is correct for the many other problems but not for this problem. That's why we are discussed about this question. Okay, now you see what we have to do at the last minute of exam is the greatest 5 digit number is, you should not go for these questions. What you have to do is that you should not go for these questions. That means for the revision, the greatest 5 digit number, five digit number, the greatest means what? 5 nines. The greatest 4 digit number means what? 4 nines. The greatest 3 digit number means 3 nines. The student who practices on an average basis, they can easily solve this. Okay. Now, at this time, your target should be on the hard questions only. That means hard topics you should not, you should concentrate at this last minute. Now you see, for example, you see, sum of minus 36 and 29 is there. You already know it. You already know you know how to add minus 36 plus 29 means minus 7. Now, if you go on practicing the questions like this, if you go on practicing the question like this, there is no benefit. Only you have to concentrate on the hard topic at this time. Okay. You'll see this also you get in the maths. It is a somewhat reasoning topic, but you may include like this also for the series. Okay. You have to concentrate on this topic also. You see, what is given, he has given the series only, it's a reasoning topic, but in that he involved the maths. You have to consider the topic on like this 1, 8, 27, 64. By looking at the number, you have to understand this is a 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4 cube. Next one, what? 5 cube. It is a what? 125 is the answer. Okay. And you see, during the exam, what you have to do is that what you have to do is that first you complete the questions which are very easy. You complete as fast as possible. For example, you say you will ask the question like this: 8 by 0, 8 by 0. You will give the question. You give the questions as 8 by 0, and you know that answer is what? Answer is 0. But do you know that what's the tricky place? He won't give the question tough. Instead, he gives this question number as 200. Question number is what? Question is very easy. 8 by 0 is equal to how much you get? You get 0 only. But which question is that one? It is a 200 question. That's the last question. If you go on solving the hard questions from the beginning, what you get? You will miss the easy questions which are at the ending. Therefore, don't waste too much time on the questions which are harder. Instead, you first read one round which you can answer by looking at the question. Okay. Next, you solve the questions which are somewhat easy. But for example, you see some students what they do is that you give the question 151, right? 151 as a hard question, and for example, the question may be wrong. The question may be given wrong. So what the students is that I will see that the end of this question. He fights with that question, and he may waste 10 to 15 minutes in that one question because he fights with the question. I have to get the answer. I have to get the answer. Maybe it may be wrong question. No, that's why we should not waste too much time on the questions. Instead, we should move as fast as possible with the easy questions first and hard questions next. And you see, this is a very simple question. These questions are the questions which are like this you have to solve at the beginning. 75% of a number is what? 15. And what you have to do? You have to find the number. That means 100 by 75 into 15 means you will get the answer. 15 5s and 5 20s. 20 will get the answer. And you see next, this question also very easy. You have to solve it at the beginning. This one also very easy. Ramesh packed 1,350 apples equivalent to bags of 5 apples is there, no? This is, that means what you have to do, you have to division, right? These questions all you can complete, you have to complete in the first one. And now see, questions like this, I am a prime number, I am a prime number. You see, for the questions like this, you have to answer this question based on the options only. Options are friends here. Okay, you see, I am a prime number is what the students is that you see. Prime number, you write all the prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7. Now you start writing 11, 13, go on. And what you do, if you subtract 1 from me, subtract 1 from me, 1, 9 become dissolved by 9. Is it 1 dissolved by 9? No. Is it 2 dissolved by 9? No. Is 4 dissolved by 9? No. Is 6 minus 1 is 6? No. Is 6 dissolved by 9? Total, you complete the total, all you would get the answer. You will complete this total 1 hour for this one, only one question. For that, to avoid this, what you have to do is that you have to make the friendship with two options. Options are friends here. First option is see, I have a prime number. 29 is a prime number or not? Yes. 29, if you subtract 1 from me, subtract 29 minus 1, how much? 28. Is 8 dissolved by 9? No. Leave the option. 19. 19 minus 1, how much? 1. 9 2 is a 18. Option 2 is a correct answer. You have got the answer correct? No, here. Huh? Why you waste so much time without looking the options? You have to look at options and you have to make the friendship with the options. They are our friends. And next is this question also. A boy gets 25 marks out of. You see, many students will confuse this one. If boy gets 25 marks, how many marks he got? 25 marks out of 80. Failed by 15 marks. Failed by 15 marks means what they do is that if 15 marks if they think he has already got 25 but failed by 15 means 25 plus 15 means what? For how many marks you have to get to pass an exam? You have to get 40, no? It means you have to understand the question. You see, that's why we always say that while solving the mathematics, not only practice, the presence of mind is important. What is important? Presence of mind is important. Boy gets 25 marks out of 80 and fails by 15 marks. He not yet passed. He need to get how many marks more? 15 marks more to get passed. That means he has got 40. What the total marks? 80. 40 and 80 is 50% only, no? What the answer will get? Will get the D. And you see, next one. You see, simplify 2.5 plus 2.5 dissolved by 0.5 into 2 minus 4. The questions like this, it's very important. You see, first division, next multiplication, next addition, next subtraction. And you see, it is the most confusing is the subtraction. What is it? Subtraction. Subtraction should be done at the last. You should do. It should not confuse with the addition. This is very important. You revise it again. You see, I will say one question. You see, 7 minus 2 plus 2. Give the question like this. It's very simple question. Is you know what you see? What you have to do? Addition, no? 7 minus 2 plus 2. What the students do is that they will add this 2 plus 2 they will add 7 minus 4 is equal to 3, they will get the answer, and the first option will be 3 only. Give the first option the 3. But what you have to do, you have to do the addition first. No, addition first means this is a plus 7, this is a plus 2. If you add a 2 with this 2, it is a subtraction symbol. That means this is a minus 2. If you add this both, you will get a subtraction only. Therefore, you add 7 plus 2, 9. 9 minus 2, how much? 9 minus 2, how much? It is a 7. 7 is the correct answer. But if you do blindly, you will get the 3 as a correct answer. You be careful with the principle. And next one is It is a one of the question. It is a one of the question where the most of the students failed in the previous RMS exam. And it's a very simple question, but they failed because you see, it is the only all logical problem. The cost price of 20 book is the same as selling price of X. You see how simple this one is. The cost price of 20 is equal to selling price selling price of selling price of X books. And you see what you have got? You have got the profit percent of 20, 25. You see, cost price, bring the selling price there, cost price by selling price is equal to X by 20. And what are the given? Profit percentage is equal to 25 now. Profit percentage is equal to 25. What is the profit percentage formula? Profit percent formula is what? Selling price 20, selling price 20 minus cost price is how much? X by 20 into 100. You see how you will get the answer? 20 ones, 25. You transpose this 5 to here, 25 by 5 is equal to 20 minus X. 5 ones, what did you get? You get the 5 fives. And you see, if you do it, what will get? X is equal to 20 minus 5, you get it as a 15. Okay. Next one you see, this question is very simple. The highest common factor of 12 and 16. Don't waste the time with the question like this. The greatest 8-digit number, and you see, very important on this one. The greatest 8-digit number with the given digit 5, 8, 7, 5, 2, 0, 6, and 1. If we ask the greatest number, there is no issue. If we ask the greatest 8-digit number, there is no issue. For example, if we ask you to write the smallest 8-digit number, then the confusion starts. You see, to write the smallest number, what you have to do? First, you write the smallest number, no? Among these all numbers, which one is the smallest number? 0 is the smallest number. First, you write the 0, then you will become 0. 0. And next number is what? 1. Next number is what? 2. And next number 5. 5. Next 6. Next 7. Next 8, which is the wrong answer. If you want to write the smallest number which includes 0, what you have to do is that you have to place a 0 after the first smallest number. Because you see, for example, what is that? 0, 9, 0. That means it is 90. No, it is a 2-digit number or 3-digit number. It is a 2-digit number. Okay. It means 0, it's the left side, it doesn't have any value. Therefore, you have to keep the 0 after the first smallest number. You see, the confusing question, the exponent of the question, we will ask the question like this only. The exponent of 8 is, if the 8, what is given? 0. No? 8 power 0 means how much? 8 power 0. You remember one thing, 0 power to any number, the answer will be 1. But what is there? This is a 8. And what is the second option given? Yes, given 1. No, exponent of 8 is exponent of not only 8. You may give the question like this. Exponent of any number is always 1. Whatever the number you take. For example, you see, you take the 295. What the exponent it have? It have the exponent 1, and you may give another question. What is the symbol? What is the symbol of any number? Always the symbol which you have is that always any number always it carries a positive. If you don't mention anything, for example, if he has written like this 30, means it is a plus 30. If he has written like this only, that is a minus 30. Okay. If we are writing any number, it is if it is a 5, then the value will be plus 5 only. Okay. The concept like this you have to revise at the ending. And you see the difference between a predecessor and a successor of 1 million is given. No, you see, you remember the concept. The predecessor of not on the predecessor and successor given means the predecessor and successor of a same number given means it may be 1 million, 1 crore, whatever it may be. Don't waste your time with this. The answer will be always 2 only. The predecessor and successor of any number, it always you will get a 2 only. Okay. And easy question only, find the greatest number which will exactly divide 200 320 means what is instead of asking highest common factor is asking like this. That means is what is that, find the greatest number, find the greatest number which will exactly divide 200 and 300 320. Instead of asking what HCF, instead of asking HCF, what is asking is confusing you. Find the greatest number, find the greatest number which will exactly divide 200 320. This is which like means, for example, instead of asking what is your name, you ask the question like this: what is the name of son of your father? Means that only son of your father means you only know. Instead of asking directly, you will confuse you. Find the greatest number which will exactly divide 200 320 means what? It is the highest common factor only, no? And you see, write the smallest 3-digit number which will not change on reversing. This also you should go with the options. Reverse all the numbers and check whether they are changing or not. If you reverse 100, what will you get? 001. That means 100 becomes 1. No. If you and you see here he want to confuse you. This is very important keyword. Smallest. If you reverse the 888, you will get the 888. This is the correct answer. But what is asking? He is asking the smallest 3-digit number, and you see, for the questions which are easy, we always keeps the option whether it is the C or D. That means you see, first you give the hint that it is the right. What you are in a frustration that you are not getting the answer because question number is 190, and what is the smallest 3-digit number which will not change and reversing the digit? No. If you reverse 100, you will get 1. This is wrong. Once you go to the 888, you will reverse it and you will write 888 instead of any further hesitation. You will keep this as the correct answer and you see which is the wrong. For example, that's why we always say that if the in the exam, if you ask your name also, you have to check all the 4 options. You have to check all the 4 options. If we ask the your name also, for example, you see. For example, you see one boy's name is Ramesh. He is asked like this: what is your name? First name he has given Ramesh. Next one, yes Ramesh. Next one, yes Ramesh. Next one, Samma Ramesh. That means it is surname. And what is asked is that what the question you will ask is that what is your name? Your SS certificate you will ask. Okay. In the SS certificate, your name will be either Ramesh or S Ramesh or Samma Ramesh. It is there. But what you are very confident that your name is Ramesh and you will keep it the right, and it may be written like this or written like this. Therefore, even if you ask your name also, you have to check all the 4 options. Next one is this is very simple. Anju scored 39 marks out of 60. That means 39 by 1600. Very simple. You can do it. You see, find the length of a rectangular playground in centimeter whose area is 700 square meter. You see, find the length of what the students what the way where the students confused with that. Find the length of a rectangular playground, which is playground is what? Rectangle, you know. That playground is what? Nothing. Playground is in the shape of rectangle. That only is saying. Whose area is 700 meters square. and breadth is 25 meter. And what you have to do? You have to find the length. That means area is equal to length into breadth. No, length we don't know. Length into 25 because breadth is given 25 meter. And what the length you will get? Length is equal to 700 by 25. 25 is 50. The next one you will see, you will get 20. 25 eighths. Length is equal to how much you will get? You will get the 28 meter. Why I am saying this question is, there are very intelligent students. If they are confused, he has given playground. What is playground? Playground is nothing. It is just the shape of a rectangle is saying. That only. Next one, what the least number which when divided by 24, 36 leaves in the same case remainder 8. That means you have to find the LCM of 24, 36 and you have to add 8. That only. Okay. Next one you see, previously he has given, he has taken us to the where, he has playground. Now we are going to the park where in order to confuse. You see, find the area of square park. You see, why I am repeating the questions like this is that instead of saying the area of a square, he can give the question like this also. No, find the area of square whose perimeter is 640 meter. Okay, but what is there given? He has given the square park. That means he will try to confuse the student. Find the area of square park whose perimeter is how much? Perimeter is equal to 4 meter, 640 meter. That means formula is 4a is equal to 640. A is equal to how much? 640 by 4, which is answer you will get. Answer you will get what? 160. 160. And what the area? Area is a square, no? A square means 160 square. 160 square, how much you will get? It is a 25600 only because 16 square 256 only, no? That like. Next you see, now we are entering into the one question number 195 and he has given the easy question only. That's why we always say you solve the simple questions in a whole 50 questions. Total 50 questions, you solve the simple questions at the beginning. You say, question number 195, I given how many 3-digit numbers are there, which is very simple. You say, for the questions like this, how many 3-digit numbers are there in all? You take the largest 3-digit number from this, subtract the largest 2-digit number. You will get the answer as a 900. Not only this one, if we ask the how many 4-digit numbers are there, you take the largest 4-digit number, from that subtract the smallest 3-digit number, and what you get? You get 9000 as a answer. It's very simple. Okay, and don't waste the question time with the questions which are very tough. Go on, move. If the time is there at the last, you give more time with the questions which are very tough. You see, question is the question number 196. I said no, they will give the easy questions at the last, like this only. If 0 divided by 27,523, now the students will start doing the division with the 0. Now you see, if the division process is there with the 0, we have only two options. Remember this one, 0 and next one is the infinite. 0 means if the 0 is in the numerator, then you will get the answer as a 0. If the 0 is in the denominator, you will get the answer as a infinite. Okay, you see, this question number 196 is very easy. You see, question number 197 also easy. That means he has kept all the easy questions at the last. That's why you first complete the easy questions from 150 to 200. Okay. You see, the sum of all the angles in a quadrant is how much? In the 360. The sum of all angles in a triangle is how much? 180. And what you see? What is the straight angle? Straight angle is also, straight angle is what? Straight angle means 180. That means angle on a line. You may ask the question like this: what is the right angle? Right angle means what? It is a 90 degrees. And you see, you play the easy questions at the end, and 196 is easy, 197 is easy. If you waste the time with the all the questions which are in the front, you will miss the easy questions which are here. Understood? That's why you complete the first easy questions in the whole paper. Next one, you see this also. The LCM of two numbers, the LCM of two numbers is what? 28 times of their HCF. The sum of their LCM and HCF is how much? 1740. If one number is 240, then what is the other number is asking. Okay. And you see, the LCM of two numbers is how much? 20 is the 28 times their HCF. No, the sum what you get, the sum of their LCM and HCF is 1740. You see, this is a very easy topic. It's and very frequent asked question. You see, that's why we discuss once. You see, LCM of two numbers is equal to 28 times of highest common factor. Okay, and you see, if we add the two numbers, if we add both the numbers, what we get, we'll do this here only. LCM of two numbers is 28 times of their HCF. That means LCM is equal to LCM is equal to 28 HCF. The sum of their LCM and HCF is how much? Is 40. That means you add both. And you see, instead of LCM, you can write 28 HCF also. No? That's why 28 HCF plus HCF is equal to how much he has given? He has given 1740. Okay. 28 plus 1 how much? 29. 29 HCF is equal to how much it is there? 1740. And you see, HCF is equal to 1740 by 29. You see, you multiply once, what will get the 29 once? 29, 6, and what there? 0 is there. HCF is equal to how much? HCF is equal to 60. We have got. And you see, and what is the LCM? LCM is what there? It is a 28 times of HCF. That means LCM is equal to 60 into 28. Okay, 60 into 28. You multiply this both, what will get? 8 zeros, 8 6 48, 2 zeros, 2 6 12, 0 8 6 1. And what the LCM you got? LCM is 1680. And what the HCF? HCF is a 60. HCF is a 60. And you know that product of LCM and HCF is equal to product of numbers. This is not tough question. 1680 into 60 is equal to one number he has given 240. 240. We don't know other number. Therefore, let it will be x. Okay. 60 ones, 60 fours. 4 ones, 4 for the 16, 4 to the 8 and 0. What the answer you get? Answer you get the answer as a 420. It is a B is the correct answer. You see, for questions like this, question like 198, you spend the time at the last, you keep them at the last because it is somewhat time taking questions. And you see, why we say to keep the questions like this at the last is that in the time of solving this one question, you can solve the 5 questions which are easy. And now you see, if you get the correct for this question also, you get the 1 mark. If you get the correct answer for easy question also, you get the 1 mark. That's why don't waste time with the questions which are hard at the beginning. Keep them at the last. And is there anything question like this? Question number 199. It's a simple arithmetic operation. First you have to multiply, and next you have to multiply, and at the last you have to subtract. The sum of all prime numbers, 58 and 68. What you'll get. This is very simple. And you see what their questions. 200 questions are completed, and you see in these all questions only how many questions are there? Only how many tough questions are there? Only there are out of the 50 questions. Out of the 50 questions, Up to 40 questions are easy questions. 5 questions are somewhat critical, and 5 questions are very hard questions. Very hard questions. And you see, these 40 questions, any students which have average practice, and you see, I am not saying that all the students will solve these questions 40, because they are some students who won't practice anything. They cannot solve even 5 questions also. Who have somewhat they have knowledge, they can get the marks in 40 questions. And who are somewhat above average, they can solve these 5. And who are practiced very well and whose mind is in the exam room, they can solve these remaining 5 questions, and they will get selected. And you see another more important one is, well, you don't have negative marks. You don't have negative marks for the RMS exam. That's why in the last 5 minutes, what if the time is completed, there is nothing in your hands. At that time, what you have to do is that you complete all the 200, you complete all the 200. And you see, what you have to do is that one target you have to keep without bubbling 200 questions, you should not come out of the exam hall. Without bubbling 200 questions, you should not come out of exam hall. And the last 5 minutes, you leave it, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be the answer, you bubble it anything and come. That's why what you say is that you take care and you manage the time from the beginning only. Okay, you alert the English general knowledge somewhat less time, because there is nothing to do at the time. No? And next, allot the time for the general intelligence and allot more time for the mathematics. And you see, and you see, what their time is 12 30 minutes. No, time is 12 30 minutes means 150 minutes are there. 150 minutes are there, and 200 questions are there. Out of these, you give 50 minutes, not 50 minutes, at least 50 minutes, you give at least 1 hour. You give at least 1 hour to the mathematics. You give at least 1 hour for the mathematics, then only you can get easily solve this 50 questions, and you can crack the RMS exam. And you see, in our academy, Nandiki Academy, what we do is that we will make them to practice the previous questions. We'll make them to practice the previous questions, and we'll conduct regular exams to avoid exam fever. And you see, not only not only the students who are in the coaching center, who are at the home also. For example, if you are not taken coaching and if you have studied at the home, now also you practice all the previous questions of the RMS, and you concentrate on the topics which are hard. Okay, concentrate on the topics which are hard, and you manage the time, and keep in view that questions time is only 2 or 30 minutes. That's why be careful with the time. And please note that all tickets will be downloaded from the 12th of December, and exam is on the 12th of December, and all the best of luck for your exams. 8th of December. Exam is on the 8th of December. All tickets will be downloaded from the 2nd of December. Okay, all the best for your exam. Thank you.